What is up, my Watt movie realist? Matt back for another real review, and today we are here to talk to you about Ballerina, or from the real title, from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. But for all intents and purposes, we're calling it Ballerina because that's what everybody else is going to call it. Gotta say, up top, I really enjoyed this film. I'm going to have some controversial takes about the John Wick series here in a minute, but I'm going to just let you know I enjoyed this film. It was fun. The action was the most fun I've had with a John Wick film in a while. Yes, I said it. And it is just well acted. Ana De Armas just kills it. And it's very nice to explore another corner and become more educated on part of this John Wick universe. Now, that's one thing I've always loved about all the previous John Wick films, is that they are very much well done in terms of their world building. However, if you saw my John Wick Chapter 4 review last year, 2 years ago now, I can't remember how long it's been, I very much so could sit there and tell you it was a well-made movie and it just wasn't for me. I still gave it a fair grade because I'm not going to sit there and down the quality of a film, even though I couldn't have the fun with it that I wanted. So going into Ballerina, I was especially scared because to me, I was starting to feel as if the John Wick films had overstayed their welcome. I felt that way with Parabellum, which is John Wick Chapter 3, and I felt that way with John Wick Chapter 4. I really loved the first two, but I was starting to get tired of that same old storyline and whatnot with John Wick with the following two John Wick chapters. Well, with that being said, my biggest fear was I'd feel the same way with this. And especially if you want to believe certain rumors and reported happenstances, that potentially the majority of this film was reshot by and ghost directed by John Wick director Chad Stahelski after poor test screenings, instead of Len Wiseman, who is the credited director. That would make you even more scared, like it did me. So I really did not know what to expect going into this movie, but I had the most fun I've had in a John Wick movie in years. Ana De Armas is a badass. Just absolutely, she commands your presence or your attention with her presence on the screen, and just she is able to handle the rigorous, or it seems like at least, the rigorous stunts and demands of this role. But she does it in a way that's absolutely believable and just really fun to go along with. The kills especially were the most fun I've had with a John Wick film in a long time. I was cringing in my seat. I didn't feel as if it was going on too long compared to the last two John Wick films, which I both believe clocked in around 2.5 hours. This is 2:05. It's nice, breezy, gets it done and to the point. But just it's a different story. You learn about another tribe of assassins, and just getting that going that's the stuff I love about the John Wick series. Like I didn't care for the high table or any of that. Like I like the people who are on the ground. That's why I loved when we learned about the homeless people who were a tribe of assassins. I loved learning about this. So I think that's why the first two and this are probably my three favorite in the John Wick world of films. I haven't watched the Continental series yet. So it was really solid. And if Len Wiseman did in fact direct this, he did a really solid job. He doesn't do a lot of film anymore. The last film I think he directed was under the 2006 Underworld sequel. I can double check that for a second, but yeah, it was absolutely just a blast. Um, I just was blown away by Ana De Armas, honestly. That was the biggest thing to me. Uh, and yes, the last film he directed actually was Total Recall in 2012, the Total Recall remake starring Colin Farrell and Kate Beckinsale. That is a long ass time. So he has made a film in damn near 13 years. And to come back and make something like this is pretty spectacular. So if I'm going to give this film a rating, my rating for Ballerina is 3.5 out of 5 reels. Let me tell you why. I touched on a lot of the positive. Let me tell you why I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5 reels. There's a lot of stuff in this that's kind of like paper thin. Not enough is expounded on. Certain relationships are revealed, and then ended real quick. Moments that seem like they're going to be really important based off of a killer opening sequence. By the way, almost forgot to mention that. Are just, hey, here's the payoff, and it's short lived, and so things like that kind of brought the story down to me, and the score ultimately, but it's still well worth the money to see it in theaters, and I hope you guys do. This is what we are about to be in. This is word nonstop. Last week was the first week. Or 2 weeks ago was really the first week, and then this is where we just keep going, where summer's about to be nonstop. Like we had Lilo and Stitch, Mission Impossible, Karate Kid. This next week is How to Train Your Dragon. Following week after that is 28 Years Later. Week after that is F1. Week after that is Jurassic Park. Week after that, we're about to be nonstop. So be sure, with that being said, to be subscribed to see all those reviews coming up. So excited to be exploring these and just giving my thoughts on them with you guys. But until then, remember to like, subscribe, and follow everything we're doing over here at What Real Entertainment. Remember to like and subscribe to our sister channel, What Real Gaming. That's where all of our Twitch streams go to live after the fact. And just, yeah, go check out those Twitch VODs. They're fun. Taylor does a fantastic job running that channel. And follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/WhatRealEnch, like it's spelled up there. And with that, folks, signing off, I am Matt. This was another Real Review, and we'll see you next time.